The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Hey, what's up guys? Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's Driver. This is part 5, and I am sorry again about the last one being too long. I forgot that how long I made that script. So this time I've made the script a lot shorter. So with that said, let's get into this. Right after the end of the entrance exam, Izuku and Pyra and Mythra went back to Izuku's place. However, they've waited almost an entire week, and they worry that they haven't got the letter of acceptance yet. So Izuku is kind of freaked out and is kind of worried at the same time. Soon after, the Inko put all three of their minds at ease, realizing that they've done pretty well for themselves. After that, Izuku feels less worried than he would before, and was planning on watching an All Might video on his phone until his mother barged in with Pyra also coming in as well, saying that they got a letter from UA. As Izuku was worried, wondering if he got in, as Pyra sets his mind at ease, saying that he's done well, and it would be a shame if he didn't get in. If he didn't, it's UA's loss. After that, they both open it up, seeing a disc with a hologram of All Might, as he tells him, young Izuku Midoriya, I, All Might, wish to congratulate you on getting into UA. During the entrance exam, we saw that you had quite a strong quirk. With the power from the exam, it looked like you had pretty control over a fire sword. However, we were also surprised seeing a young woman supporting you on the side. And this woman looked like she was protecting you and helping you at the same time. So we were thinking that she must have been a participant, even though we saw nothing. But until we looked at your entrance folder and saying that you had a sentient mutant quirk. As we accepted this, we decided to. And not only that, we see that you even have even greater power that we have not seen before. And destroying the zero pointer didn't just get you. We already saw that destroying multiple robots got you high points. You would have been at least the third ranking student in the entrance exam. However, destroying the zero pointer and helping out a fellow student at the same time got you at least 60 points, getting you the highest ranking score in the entrance exam. And thus, you had even breaking my record as well. And due to that, I am glad to accept you to your hero academia. Soon after, the hologram ends, and Izuku began feeling a sense of joy and happiness. Tears of joy from Izuku. And if anything, and Pyra soon comforted him, and also cried a little bit for Izuku, that his dream can become a reality. Another week goes by with Izuku and Bakugo being called to the principal's office, with them congratulating both of them for making it into UA. And as Bakugo hears this, he gets really irritated knowing that Izuku made it into UA. However, he doesn't really do anything because he knows that Pyra, or especially Mythra, would probably kick his ass. So yeah, after that, he gets a call from All Might, and Mythra decided to tag along and they go to Dagobah Beach. As soon after they arrived, they see All Might, but also another person, a person that almost kind of looks like All Might in a way, but isn't. As they're wondering who he is, he soon introduces himself as Mirio Togeda, as he's saying that he's the successor of One for All. As Izuku saying, "Hey, I'm so glad that you found a successor, All Might. I'm pleasure to meet you, Togeda." And Mythra saying, "Yeah, pleasures." And soon after saying, "So, All Might, what's the reason you called us out here for?" As All Might saying, sorry. I just wanted to ask, I wanted you to, even though you say you don't want to be my successor, I still want to support you and Miss Mythra as well, and Miss Pyra. So, if you mind, I want you to also train with Togeda as well, if you won't mind." As Izuku saying, "Of course, I'm always willing to help you out, All Might." Mirio soon saying, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Midoriya. If anything, I'm glad that the two of us can become friends. I'm actually going to become a third year in UA, and I'm guessing that you're going to be going to UA as well." As Izuku saying, "Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you." And soon after, the two shake hands while Izuku and Mythra leaves. Mirio soon has, "All Might, I am honored that you gave me One for All, but I really do feel like Midoriya would have been the better candidate. If I'm going to be honest, he has a pretty strong will and dedication as well. Plus that girl right beside him being his Quirk and all. Talk about having quite the powerhouse duo." As All Might saying, "I understand. I even asked him myself, but he denied it. I guess it only makes... But even so, even if he's not my successor, he has a bright future ahead of him. And I want to make sure that future comes to fruition, if anything." As Mirio tells him, "I understand, All Might. Sir was right. You really do have a kind heart." The next day, Izuku and Mythra got their UA uniforms, and yes, Izuku asked for a female student uniform for both Pyra and Mythra, just one since they both share the same body after all. However, certain hijinks occurred as Izuku. If any of you know about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you know that Mythra is known for sleepwalking. So, I think you can all guess. Izuku has encountered certain instances where Mythra ends up in Izuku's bed due to her sleepwalking. And of course, she really believed. And in casual hijinks, she ends up freaking out like crazy. Even though she realizes that she's in Izuku's room, and apologizes soon after. It's actually become quite a thing for Izuku. It mostly happens sometimes, actually. As for his first day into UA, it happens again. But this time, nothing really bad happens, actually. As Izuku is not surprised about it, but tries his best to get out of his bed before she woke up. Quietly getting on his school uniform and making it into the living room, where soon after, Pyra wakes up and says, "You really are you're really starting to get used to this, aren't you?" As Izuku saying, "Can you blame me?" After that, the two got prepared to leave for UA. There, Izuku, the two of them head to get to the train station and make it to UA, and wondering who they're going to have for their class, and hoping. And as Mythra says, I really hope it's not Bakugo in there. I can't stand him. As Izuku saying, "Come on, Mythra, that's a little." As Mythra gives him a look, saying, "Okay, I guess you're kind of right." But still, Kachan is trying his best to become a hero. His attitude may need a change, but other than that, he's dedicated to wanting to become a hero more than anyone I've ever met. Even more than me. Hearing this, Mythra is surprised that Izuku would defend Bakugo so much, but just decided to take it. Soon switching to Pyra and giving up her own D, saying, "You still care about him as your friend, don't you? Even though after everything he put you through, you truly are a kind-hearted person, Izuku, and you're truly worthy of being a hero." As Izuku blushes as they finally make it to Class 1A, as they notice the gigantic door, and Izuku getting a little bit nervous. Soon after, Pyra puts her hand on his shoulder, saying it'll be okay. After that, he opens the door, and lo and behold, Bakugo and Ida arguing just like they would in canon, as Ida complains about Bakugo putting his feet on the desk, saying, "You would besmirch the desk that our seniors once sat in." After that, Bakugo soon says, "Seriously? Are you really trying to piss me off, or did you have a stick up your ass at your old school?" As Ida's saying, "I guess we got off on the wrong foot." As he introduces himself as Tenya Ida from Somei Private School Academy. As Bakugo saying, "Somei, huh? So you think you're better than me? I can't wait to rip you a new one." As Ida feels hesitant being threatened by Bakugo, as Izuku saying, "What? My luck really does suck." As Pyra saying, "Just take it easy, Izuku." There, as Ida notices Izuku and says, "You," as she's saying, yeah, wait, do I know you?" As Ida's saying, "My name is Tenya Ida. We were in the same area during the entrance exam. I've noticed you quite a bit, and this young lady as well." As Pyra is saying, "Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you." As he's saying, "I wanted to talk to you in the beginning, and I also saw that there was another woman that was during the entrance exam, a blonde, if I would presume. Where she may be, I thought she was also a student. She was applying for the entrance exam as well." As soon after, Mythra soon comes out saying, "I'm right here. You don't have to worry about that, Four Eyes." As he was shocked, saying, "How did you... Wait, As Izuku explained that she's his Quirk. She's a sentient Quirk who manifested as a real-life person. So, yeah. As again, this is always the same excuse and the same story he tells everyone, as everyone is shocked and surprised hearing this. Soon after, Bakugo is still pissed off that Izuku is here, alongside his so-called sentient Quirk. Soon after, Ochako soon arrives, saying, "Hey, I know that messy hair from anywhere. You're the boy who saved me, and you must be the girl that was working alongside him. It's a pleasure to meet you." As Izuku says, hey, I didn't know to meet you. Hey, you're the girl I saved. Sorry if I seemed a bit, brash, as Mythra saying, "Yeah, sorry if I seemed a bit rude around you when I saved you." And she's saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just glad that the two of you got into UA." As Izuku is surprised, is actually happy and soon introduces himself as Izuku Midoriya, as she also introduced herself as Ochaku Uraka. Soon after, Ida also introduces himself as well, as soon after, that's when a man who barely looked like he had any sleep is waiting outside the door for them, inside of a sleeping bag, as Mythra saying, I was wondering what you were doing out there. It was weird that you were just laying down on the floor, doing nothing. As he's saying, well, you could have said something. It all took you at least 15 seconds for you all to shut up. That's not going to do in my class. Got it? As he introduced himself as Shota Aizawa, their homeroom teacher. Soon after, he comes out of the sleeping bag and shows them a UA gym uniform and tell him to put these on and meet him outside the practice field. Soon after, everyone begins wondering, especially Ochako, asking, but aren't we going to be late for the entrance ceremony? As Aizawa says, Hero Corps students shouldn't have to worry about pointless stuff like that. In my class, you have to make every chance you can get to get further in your hero studies. As he soon says, I want to test each and every one of you on what you can do. As he soon looks at Izuku and tosses the ball at Mythra, saying, you. Why did you pass the ball to me? As he's saying, you saying that you're supposed to be Midoriya's Quirk, isn't that right? So, Midoriya himself doesn't really need to throw this. As Izuku is shocked, wondering, what is he trying to do? As he thinks in his mind, wait, does he know that Mythra isn't my Quirk? Saying, alright then. Soon after, Izuku, just to make sure that she thinks that Izuku is his Quirk, she creates a link with him. As Izuku begins glowing, and also Mythra throwing the ball as far as she can. Soon after, she throws it as far as at least, 625 meters in the air. As everyone sees this and believes that she has this much power, as she soon goes back to Izuku and says, will that do? As she puts her arm around him, as Izuku gets a little bit embarrassed and blushes like crazy. Soon after, Aizawa says, yeah, that would do, but I want to know if it's true. Are you really his Quirk? Because I've never heard of a Quirk manifesting as a human being before. I've heard of copy Quirks and creating doubles, but nothing like this before. As Mythra saying, oh yeah, definitely, 100%. As Izuku realized, this guy, he's really trying to get us to believe that Mythra isn't my Quirk. I have to be more careful around him. As saying, okay then, I want you all to give it everything you got in this exam by using your Quirks. As everyone gets hyped that they're going to be using their Quirks, Aizawa soon says, oh, so you think this is going to be a lot of fun? Okay then, how about this? For the one with the lowest score gets expelled, as everyone is now shocked and terrified that as they all begin screaming out but that's not fair. We all worked so hard to get into this school. As he's saying, fair? Though, is power-hungry villains fair? Is natural disasters fair? No, they're not. It's your job as heroes to combat this unfairness. Got it? You have to go beyond one's expectations. My expectations. Plus Ultra style. As Izuku is kind of scared, but with Pyra and Mythra by his side, he's not afraid of anything. As all the exams go on, the 15-meter dash run Izuku is right next to both Bakugo and Ida as he begins feeling like he needs to get everything he's got in this. As Mythra begins creating a link between the two, as Izuku feels the power, he runs as fast as he can, hoping that the link won't be cut off if he's not far away from her, as he still feels the power weakening, but still there. He's not faster than, well, Ida, but he is fast enough to pass Bakugo, making his score at least, well, 2.3 seconds, which is surprising, which a lot of people are surprised, wondering if Izuku has strength quirk, as Mythra smiles, saying, "Nice work, Izuku, you got this." Soon after, with the strength test, he does pretty well, but thanks to the training of All Might and thanks to Mythra creating another link, he gets at least, well, a 10th place actually, and in the grip strength test, he once again gets pretty well, being at least 10th place again. And side jumps, he does pretty well. He does pretty well for himself, but only gets at least, well, 5th place this time. And in other exams, he does pretty well, but mostly in the top 10 or top 5 actually. So other than that, he does pretty well for himself. Aizawa sees all of this and thinks, I thought for sure that the kid didn't even have a quirk or didn't even have power whatsoever, and relied on that girl being his sense of support and strength, and her using her own quirk to help him. But it seems like he's been doing pretty well for himself. Even so, I still gotta keep an eye on both of them. As all the exams end and everyone's score is shown, with the highest score being Momo, second score being Shoto, third being Bakugo, fourth being Ida, and fifth actually being Izuku. So Izuku did pretty well in this actually, thanks to Mythra's support and All Might's training too. So yeah, he's not so bad. The last one being the low score being Mineta, of course, as Mineta is now terrified. But however, Aizawa does expel Mineta actually, everyone is shocked. Even Momo is shocked, believing that, wait, I thought that he wasn't going to expel us. Soon after, Pyra comes out saying, I'm not for sure. Same here. I thought for sure he wasn't going to expel anyone. I thought that was just a lie, just for everyone to give it everything they got. As he's saying, I only let those stay who have potential. And when I see you, Mineta, you barely have any potential whatsoever. However, you're not leaving UA, as he's surprised, saying, wait, what? I'm not? You're just getting expelled from the hero course. When tomorrow, you'll start being in general studies. So, be prepared. As he tells, as for everyone else, change back into your uniforms, get a syllabus, and you're free to leave the school early. So, other than that, you can go. As everyone does that, Izuku and Pyra soon leave the school grounds. As Izuku saying, well, since we're free, why don't we hit up the cafe that you guys like a lot? So, as Pyra saying, I don't really care too much about it, but Mythra does, so why not? I actually kind of like their tea, though. As Izuku saying, I feel the same way. Soon after, Ochako soon comes up saying, hey, you're Midoriya, right? So, I saw what you guys did. And Pyra too. And you're Pyra, right? I thought your name was Mythra. As she's saying, oh, there are two of us, actually. since I'm Izuku's Quirk, I have 2 powers. My name Pyra being with my fire base. And soon Mythra comes out saying, with Mythra, I have light-based powers. Soon switching back to Pyra, as she's saying, that is so cool. I've never seen a Quirk so amazing before. You're pretty awesome, you know that? Being cutting off by Bakugo saying, move it, Deku. Same goes for you, fire chick. As Ochako says, Deku? That's your name? As Izuku saying, no, my name's not Deku. It's Izuku. Kacchan calls me that because, well, it's more of an insult and to make fun of me. As Ida soon arrives saying, I see. That's pretty mean, and if anything, it's pretty and rude, if I'd say so. As Bakugo hears this, but ignores it anyway and keeps moving. As Pyra's saying, yeah, he's always been like that to Izuku. But I know Izuku is getting stronger. And to be honest, I always thought the name Deku was kind of cute in a way. As Izuku blushes a little bit. Same thing with Ochako agreeing, thinking Deku is kind of cute as well. That it can be the name of a hero in a way. That he can do anything. As Izuku's face begins turning red like crazy. Getting this praise from 2 girls after all. Especially a girl who's been by his side for so long in his life. As all 4 of them got to introduce themselves and got to know each other quite a bit, Izuku feels like he's going to enjoy UA. And as long as he has people that truly care about him by his side. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to read them. And please like and subscribe, which helps on my channel a lot. At any rate, this is Leon Moki, signing out. Later.